There's more than I thought there was, but it's greyer than I thought it was. He giveth and he taketh away. It's a close shave anyway, but you're not here to talk about my hair. We're here to talk about Tomas Soucek and the Premier League. Now, I'll read his comments in a minute, but Soucek has indicated he really quite likes it at West Ham. He thinks it's paradise, which is great to hear, because he's a good player, and by and large, we all want him to stay. In fact, I've not heard one person say that they don't want Soucek to stay. I think everybody likes the player. Well, this is great. He seems to like us too. He seems to like the stadium. He seems to like the club. He seems to like the way the club, I guess it's the player liaison officer, whoever that might be, has handled him. From the moment he got collected at Heathrow Airport, he's been very impressed with the football club. Great news. We're really happy about that. But I've been a little bit worried about this clause in his contract, and particularly in light of the way the Premier League has been disrupted. So I thought I'd speak to the club and contact the club and ask them exactly what's going on with this situation, because I thought there might be a loophole, there might be a little bit of a get-out clause whereby if the Premier League is not completed, then maybe he could technically go back. I also did wonder whether there was some dispute with the television companies if West Ham would actually have the money to make the deal permanent, as you know. Anyway, I contacted the club. My mind has been put firmly and squarely at rest. I've been told the deal is done. It's as simple as that. If we get relegated, he goes back. If we stay in the Premier League, he remains a West Ham player. The money, it's not a case of if we don't have the money, we don't have to pay it over. Actually, the contract is made. We have to pay the money. We have to make the deal permanent. It's as simple as that. Apparently, there's no mitigating factors there whereby if the Premier League is not completed, but we are still technically in the Premier League for next season, then he can go back. For a Premier League team, Soucek stays, we pay the fee. If we're not a Premier League team, he goes back. It appears he doesn't want to go back, by the way. He wants to stay at West Ham. So I feel a lot better about that. He's done an interview, basically, Soucek. Allow me just to read it out for you. He spoke to I think it's a Czech YouTube channel. Why not our YouTube channel, Thomas? I guess probably because I pronounce his name wrong. But anyway, he said, I'm glad to be here. It's paradise. From those picking me up at the airport to the team and the people around me. I like historic teams, and that's West Ham. We went to the centre, and the first person to recognise me, I guess the centre he means the Olympic Park, and the first person to recognise me was a worker who just got out of the canal. He was crossing his arms like two hammers, like the West Ham badge. In a 60,000 capacity stadium, there are 55,000 permanent fans. Well, that's nice. I was a little bit worried, though, that someone's climbed out of a canal. And I did wonder if this... I'm wondering if the geezer was drowning. And he was saying, help, help, help. And Tomas Soucek just walked by, yeah, come on. Come on, you irons. Maybe it didn't happen like that at all. But anyway, he's very happy because he says it's like paradise. Which is brilliant. Very good. And we do want to keep the player. But one thing that I sort of got from the conversation was that, I don't mean Soucek's conversation, I mean from when I contacted the club. There appeared to be, let's say, a certain confidence. Maybe I should have asked the question directly, but I didn't. Sometimes when you do this, you get one shot at it, and you get, you've got to put your questions all at once. But I certainly got the feeling that there's still a massive appetite to complete the season. Hence the conversation about if we get relegated. And I just found that an interesting thing to say, because I think if really it's sort of been decided that there's no way, that it's not feasible to finish the season, then relegation wouldn't be on the table, because as we know, the only options would be West Ham remain in the Premier League because we're not in the bottom three, and then do the bottom three get relegated, or do they allow Leeds and West Brom to come up and make a 22-team Premier League? But it certainly wouldn't have been on the table, the relegation thing. So the fact, the words were very much, if we stay up, Soucek's deal remains permanent. If we're relegated, it goes down. Just made me think that there may well be a certain desire to see it completed. The desire I can understand, but almost an expectation that maybe whatever happens, maybe finishing this Premier League season is possibly more important than getting the next one started on time.